Okay.
Okay, so we can do the analysis now. Do you want to
Okay, you
start or
start.
me?
I don't care. It doesn't matter.
Okay, I'll just start. So now that we had all three of our guests, okay. So now that so now that we've had all three of our guests, we are both going to talk about our opinions on Accutane, and I'm pretty sure we have like the same opinion.
Mhm.
Like, so I think that like dealing with acne, I think it's worth it, but also like listening to what my mom said about it, like what happens in 10 years, that's also like it kind of differs my opinion in a way, like I don't know. But I feel like it totally depends on how severe your acne is. Like if you have like teenage acne, that's completely different from like cystic under the skin like severe acne.
Mhm.
Is that how you feel?
So how I kind of feel about it is I kind of feel like it differs between men and women, even though it's like kind of sad to say because like the medication should work the same for both. But
Yeah.
I kind of feel like if you're like a girl and you are sexually active, like I
Yes.
don't think that you should take the medication because you could accidentally get pregnant, and
Mhm.
then like your baby is like gonna have to be determinated because like
Mhm.
how bad it is. And like for boys, I feel like your mom said, like they don't know like what's gonna happen later in like the future because there's not enough like research on it. And
Mhm.
I kind of feel like with both people, I kind of feel like the only reason why someone should take it is if they're like not sexually active, obviously, but like if their acne is just so bad that they can't like live with it, like they're always in pain, and if you tried every other medication, like it doesn't work.
Yeah. That's like exactly how I feel too. Like the whole pregnancy thing, like I don't know, it kind of like scares me because like it seems so much more harsh for women, like the risks and stuff. So, I feel like it's probably not safer for boys, but like what we know of it is, so it's kind of different opinion for that too for boys and girls. And
Mhm.
like as you said with the like if you're sexually active, that's also completely different because it's not hard to not get pregnant. Like it's pretty easy.
Mhm.
So
And like yeah, no, like I totally agree with that. And like one thing about the Accutane that's good is like once you have it, you're not supposed to get it again, or if you do, you're not supposed to get it as severe. Like according to Casey Soliga, statistics show that 70% of people treated with this medication will have clear skin for life, and the other 30% may have some acne again, but usually it's like not as severe. And if it's a low dose of the Accutane, and if it's like depends on the treatment, like if you have a longer treatment, then you're supposed to have it's like a long term cure for the acne. But
mhm.
then it could come back if you don't have if you're not on the like treatment for that long, but like it won't come back as bad.
Have you ever been offered Accutane?
Well, I've kind of like I've honestly always had like clear skin,
Mm,
which is like a blessing because I know like how hard it is like with people who do have acne.
yeah.
So I've never been offered it. My brother he was on Accutane,
He was
and
on acne. He was on
he was on
Accutane. He should have been
Accutane.
on the podcast.
But like knowing my brother, he would have he would have not been serious about it, and he probably would have said no, knowing him. But like he was on Accutane, and I just remember like he had such bad like he always had dry skin and dry
Yeah.
lips, and like there's like a lot of side effects to it. But now that like he's been off of it, because he's been off of it for a long time now,
Mhm.
and like I never seen him with acne, and when he does have acne, it's really like he like barely
Mild.
has it.
Yeah.
Yeah, but like
Just
it's
like
not always
teenage
on his
acne.
face. Yeah, like the acne, like sometimes it comes up in other places. So I kind of feel like if he would have been on it maybe a little bit longer, like it would have had a better
Outcome.
result.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I think it's a good thing for Accutane. But as your mom said, like we don't know what could happen later in the future, and I kind of think that like unless you really, really, really need the medication and like you're not sexually active, like I think I don't know. I don't think you should take it unless you really need it.
Yeah. Like this. I have another quote. According to Dr. Yorham Harth, when tolerated well, Accutane is a miracle drug and likely the only option to offer a potential cure for those who suffer from severe cystic acne, which is like probably what your brother had. And that's
Mhm.
like what most people have when they go on Accutane. It's not like the teenage acne or menstruation acne. It's like the
Mhm.
my sister used to have that, and she was offered Accutane, but like we heard my mom, like she said no. And she
Hmm.
got it pretty cleared up, but I don't know, Accutane probably would have, like what Dr.
Hmm.
Yorham Hearth said, probably would have cleared up way faster than it took.
Hmm. And like there's like more than just that though, with like the positives of like Accutane. Like apparently it's supposed to like produce less oil and less inflammation. Also it's like a pill form, so it's easier than a lot of other stuff, like where other medications, like there's a bunch of steps we to take, so it's like a lot easier. um and it's like supposed to like help with everything, especially with like cystic acne, like so I was like that's like really bad, like acne, like that's just like not only your face, it's like maybe breaking out a little bit, like it's all over your face and all you see is like the acne. So
Yeah,
I
and
mean,
it
like there's a lot of
hurts.
other pluses. Yeah, there's a lot of other pluses to Accutane, but like I do think that if you want to have maybe like a future, like if you want to have babies and stuff and you're a woman, I don't think that you should take it, because again we don't know what's going to happen in the future with the medication.
Yeah. So that quote basically sums up both of those, sum up how we feel.
Hmm.
Okay, so let's go to the conclusion. I'm just gonna keep it on this like recording.
Yeah, because the conclusion's not that long and it's scripted.
Okay, you start.
Okay, so I would want to just, oh my god, I gotta start. So I just want okay. So I just want to thank everyone for listening to our podcast on the controversy with the acne medication named Accutane. And today we talked about how controversial Accutane is and how it can do wonders for the skin and just getting rid of acne overall. We also talked about the pros and cons of Accutane, and why Accutane is recommended.
We also talked about the main side effects of Accutane, such as birth defects and some other cons of Accutane. We had 3 wonderful guests who gave very good insight on Accutane and their experience and views on the subject.
I would like to thank our 3 guests who helped us to make this podcast great and reliable. I would like to thank Dr. Schultz, who is a dermatologist and expert, for giving us great information and answers to our many questions on the side effects of Accutane.
And both Madison and I would also like to thank Scott Irvin, who has taken Accutane, and for telling us about his personal experience and answer our questions about Accutane and the certain effects he encountered on his journey.
And finally, we would both like to thank Julia Ruby for expressing her opinion and strong views on the subject. We both want to give a big thanks to our 3 guests for taking time out of their busy schedules, especially during the pandemic, and for answering our many questions. We are also so grateful to have you all here and for helping us to make this podcast able to happen, as we couldn't do it without every single one of you.
Thanks for listening. Bye.
Thank you. Bye.